everyone, I am Matteo Collina, CTO and co-founder of Platformatic. Let's start. These are the instructions. You will need Node 20, okay? You will need to install an application called Meraki. You can find it on GitHub, github.com/platformatic/Meraki/releases. So now you go in here. Okay. The link was wrong. Sorry, there was a parenthesis at the end. Okay, here you need to download and copy. You need to pick the one of your machine. So if you have a Mac ARM, you need this guy, ARM64DMG. If you are another type of Mac, you can pick the x64DMG. If you are the Intel Mac, and there is a Windows setup exe and a Linux step file if you want one. So it is that. Okay. So this is useful if you have a computer that can do that you have a graphics card, essentially, an NVIDIA or Apple Silicon machine. If not, you'll probably need an OpenAI or Mistral API key available. You can register them, grab one of them from their respective website. You should have received those instructions before joining. So a couple of things about me. I am, as I said, co-founder and CTO of Platformatic, part of the Node.js Technical Steering Committee, board member of the OpenJS Foundation, creating a bunch of modules on NPM, including Fastify and Pino. If you're not using them, you're probably doing yourself a disservice. And I have worked for 8 years as a consultant on Node.js before deciding to go product. So hello. I also have a newsletter, nodeline.dev. My software was downloaded some astounding number of 22 billion times last year, probably aiding to 29-ish for 2024. This is incredible number, okay? The amount of use of Node is so growing and so on and so forth. Let's talk about AI. So we have recently launched something called AI Warp. And AI Warp is this little tool that allows to talk between multiple AI services with a unified API interface. And a bunch of features like authorization, rate limiting, and so on and so forth. And we're going to talk a little bit about them soon. So, yay, okay. So what does it do? It provides a unified API interface. So it standardizes the API from different OpenAI LLM-AI providers. It's very much a big simplification. So you don't need to worry too much about what you're using underneath. You're just calling the same endpoint. And it has a fully configurable authentication with rate limiting. So you could say, very simply, somebody that has a pro plan gets more AI, less plan, less AI. And then it supports more or less all of them. It's very easy to add more if needed or when they come out. So let's keep going and let's try it out. Okay, here we go. Let's try it out. So what do we do to try it out? We are going to use Meraki, which is the Platformatic tool, which is actually good here. So Meraki is a nice little tool that allows you to create new Platformatic apps, and that's what we're going to use. And again, these are the same requirement as above, as I said above. Okay. And a lot of demo step instructions. Then Alex will send you an email sooner rather than later for this. So what are we going to do now with Meraki? Well, we're going to switch to the Meraki app. Okay. And in order to do so, I need to enable my automatic scene switcher because it's my friend. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you wouldn't have this screen. You will have a nice screen with a big button, create new app, because I have already an app. But we're going to create an app here. So let's call it PLT AI, and we are going to create it inside the temp folder. There you go. So here we create our app. We need to select our template. Well, we speak with the name of our service, which we call it AI. and then we go and select our service, and we can pick AI Warp. Once we have created AI Warp, we have selected AI Warp, we can start preparing our folder. This is going to download AI Warp from our marketplace and start using it. And the my CPU has not melted yet, so pretty big melting to be honest at this point. But we are good and solid. Okay. So in the meanwhile, we have installed Platformatic. Platformatic AI Warp, and then we can configure it. Now, when you configure Platformatic AI Warp, you need to pick. You can put the model. Now, if you have that kind of machine that I described, you can put, for example, a Llama 2 here, and the path of the model that I told you to download. In my machine, that model is available here. Otherwise, you can put OpenAI as it was and ChatGPT 3.5. That's the same thing. And then you can use put the API key down here. No problem. You can use OpenAI. You can use local models. I'm going to demonstrate everything using a local model, so I'm not going to leak any OpenAI key to the world. But you can use the remote ones if you want to. Now, once you have come here, we have one service, which is AI, and well, this is going to be empty, and we are going to generate our app. Okay, we have created it. It's going, okay, go to apps. Okay, so we have our app, which is this PLT AI. Now, for the first time, we want to start this app. Okay, so we can click the start button here, and now it's running. So we load the app, and we can have our we can take a look at what we have here in Meraki. Nice enough. We have some access to the logs. Okay, here, this is standard platformatic stuff, and we have some stuff for the memory, CPU, CPU usage, and so on and so forth. Okay. What do we do now? Well, let's see if this works. So we can click here and open up Platformatic AI Warp. So what we can do is with this is we have a few commands that we can try by default. For example, we can generate an e-commerce for the schema for an e-commerce. And if this works, this is a good question. Yeah, here we go. And it's generating it. All of this running locally together with my OBS, transfer encoding, and all sorts of things. So, yeah, pretty much a lot of work here happening. But as you can see, this is generating it for us. Okay. And I think this is pretty solid. Okay. Now we can try asking it a few more things. Have you got a question that you want to ask the Oracle? Like, this is all local, by the way. I use the Llama 2 model, so it's all local and so on. We could, I don't know, try decoding a base64 string. Yay. After we have done this, now we can actually take a look at our OpenAPI endpoints. Okay, so if we go back here, we can go back and open up and see what are the API endpoints that we have available in our OpenAPI spec. And as you can see, we have an OpenAPI, a prompt API to ask stuff, and a stream API that returns a streaming response. The streaming response is what you have seen in the UI. The prompt API is what you see in here. So we can try this one, and maybe we can try it with a simpler sentence so that it lags less. Okay. So for example, we can ask what is the opening line of Star Wars. Okay, and we can just put it in the prompt. Okay, and cancel this out and see how we are going, and hopefully the inference will work correctly. Okay, so let's run it again. Oh, I made a mistake. Here we go. Okay, And now you see that it's running, it's calling our API, and it has responded a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, and this is our API response. So we can actually call this. So we can even take this thing with a prompt, okay, and go on the terminal, okay, and okay, pass this out, and we can ask what is the capital of France. Okay, this seems a good question. sh client.sh, and ask more question. The capital of France is Paris. Okay, we can ask the Oracle as many things as we want. Okay, and the Oracle will likely reply with some. This is 7 billion things, 7 models. So I don't know how good it is, but it seems good enough from my tests. So this seems pretty rad. Okay, we have a simple API that we can use to call. There are a lot of features that we can configure, like auth, rate limiting, and so on. But I wanted to show you how to use it in your app. Like so far, this is just a nice API that we can call. It has a good open API definition. So far, so good. Okay, so to recap what we have done, when you start Meraki, you get this screen like "Welcome to Meraki," and you can create an app. And here, then, when you create an app, you can create a service, select the name of the service, change the name of the app. Then you select a template. You select Platformatic AI Warp. We are talking about there are other things later on. And then you configure this. So once it's there, things are installed. Then you configure it. You put your model and your open API key there, and then you generate all the things. Once it's generated, you just hit start. Yay! And then it's running. Okay. And this is AI Warp. As I said, you can use it for ask question and so on and so forth, or you can use the API as I demoed. So the question now is, what is Platformatic and how we can set up a small application, because we want to build something on this, right? Like this gives us basic AI functionality, but yeah, how can we build on top? So as I already showed you a few times, the problem that we want to solve at Platformatic is that most of the time, backend developers spend a huge amount of time thinking about a lot of problems, like platform and infrastructure problems, versus actually features to ship for their end user. And a surprisingly high amount of time is spent integrating API clients or managing NPM updates and software updates and generically dependency updates. Ouch. Logs. Okay, and documentation, monitoring, a lot of other things. Okay, and having all set up both in development and in production, because apparently that is actually very hard. So how can we move forward? Well, one of the things that we created is the concept of Platformatic Stackable. Okay, Stackable are ready to go components like Platformatic AI Warp that you can take in and use it in any Platformatic application. So you can find them, what is available in our marketplace, which allows us to create things very quickly. This is the marketplace, and you can even publish something yourself. And yeah, here's what you can select, and you can pick. We can even add Fastify plugins there. Pretty nice. At the basis of everything is the concept of a Platformatic service, which is a node server. Okay, and this node server has a few components, and what it adds, it adds OpenAPI, GraphQL, event loop monitoring, all sorts of things. Okay, and a way to easily integrate other systems via the client. But you know what is Fastify? Well, Fastify is probably one of the fastest web framework for Node. We have it's downloaded more or less 7 million times per month, with a lot of collaborators. Actually, it's a good community. We have version 4, but version 5 is in the works, coming out in July. and a lot of ecosystem. It has a great community, so if you are not using Fastify, you probably should make yourself a service. Yeah, it's fast. Like it's fast. So on top of Fastify, we have created Platformatic service, and then we can use it as the basis for the other things, like Platformatic DB. Platformatic DB allows you to integrate easily with a SQL database. So you take a SQL database and it creates API automatically. Okay, that's what it does, and both in REST and GraphQL. The Platformatic Composer can mingle together multiple APIs. OpenAPI, GraphQL, both are supported, or just a very simple reverse proxy. But I can just expose multiple things on one single endpoint. Platformatic Client is part of the secret sauce, and it's the system that allows us to integrate easily multiple OpenAPI system and calling them very quickly. So, and more importantly, it's type safe. Now, we can create all these services, but running them, it's tricky. So we have creating a thing called Platformatic Runtime, which allows us to run multiple microservices into one. There is a nice video of me showing this at some in a few slide decks, so I can I've covered this in one of the previous masterclasses, so you can take a look. So, okay, we have created all of this. How does it matter with AI? Well, we are going to create a simple app. We are going to create an app as a Platformatic runtime, okay, with a composer, okay, that talks to a movie Platformatic DB service, an openings service, and our AI service that we have just created, okay? What's the goal of this system? Well, we have a movies endpoint to fetch movies, okay? And the opening, it's a microservices that return the opening line of a given movie. Okay, so you give it a movie, it gives you the opening line of the movie. It's a glorified Oracle there. Okay, so this is what we are going to add. Okay, so let's start adding our things to our application. Okay, so I'm going back to Meraki, and I can stop my app. Then I can edit my app, and I can see here I can add multiple services. Great. So I'm going to add a service here, and use a Platformatic DB. And here I'm going to call it movies. Here we go. So we have movies. Then I'm going to create the opening service, and this is a Platformatic service. And I'm calling opening. Okay. Then I add another service, which is my composer. And yay, oh, but I need to change the name. Composer, okay. So we have created all of this. Now all the system are going to be installed. Everything is working. We need to configure the stuff. The movies is fine, okay. We are going to use a local SQLite, but you can use our Postgres. The opening and composer and AI is configured like before. And we want the composer here, and we just use JavaScript, and that's it. And we are running all the generations. So it's generating all the stuff, as you can see here, running a lot of npm install. Okay, go to apps, and now you can see we have a bunch of things. Okay, now we have the AI and composer. We need to do an edit because temp cd plt AI. Okay, need to change a few things because there's a bug. So I need to, here in the entry point, I need to pick composer because that's the surname of the service that we just added. So we want the composer to be our entry point. Then in the composer, we need to configure what services are being composed. So we need to set, for example, so the name of our services, you can find them here. So we want to expose movies. Okay, then we want to expose opening. Now, we need to make a couple of changes. So there is a few, it won't start because both of those offer an example route. And I'm going to remove it from the composer, and I'm going to remove it from the movies. And I'm going to in opening, I'm going to change it to opening / ID, which is the opening of our movie. Okay, so, and yeah, that's what it is. Let's start this and see how we are going. So if we go back here, we go recent apps and PLTI, we are reloading everything. And now Composer is our entry point. Okay, so we can start this. And now we can open it up in our system. And you see that's welcome to Platformatic Composer. And we can open the OpenAPI documentation. And as you can see here, we have a bunch of stuff. We have get movies, create movies, and so on and so forth. Great. Okay. And well, we have all our endpoints for the movies. So for example, we could create a movie. And to create a movie, okay, we can create, for example, we can add here Star Wars. Okay. And here we have that. And then we can also create Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, and we can add this. This is the second one. Now, this same UI is also available via Meraki. So you can even access the OpenAPI definition here. And for example, you can get all the movies. We can check that we have this, and we can get all the movies if you want. And you can see that we have both movies. Okay, this is good. We have done good so far. Okay. However, what we want to write our opening service. Okay. And in our opening service, we have here, we want to talk. We send messages to both movies. We want to fetch a movie with a given ID, get the title, and get the opening line. Okay. To do so, we need two things. Okay. We need to create the clients. Okay. So we go into CD services opening, and we do a npx plt client runtime because it's from Platformatic runtime, and we call it AI, and we say if the name of the client we want to create is AI. Yep. As you can see, there is LLM tube started and so on and so forth. And then here we want to create it for movies too, because we have the movie service as well. Yay. Okay. So now if we go here, we see we have two folders, AI and movies. Both of them are fully type safe, and they have nice typings of both of them. Okay. So as you can see, there's stuff that we can use. Okay. In order to use them, to use the typings, we just need to add the reference to the clients. Okay. And ai.d.ts. And then here become movies and movies.d.ts. Yeah. I plan to get rid of those two need addition and put everything in global, but not done yet. So first thing, we want to get the ID. So the params is the ID. So, and then we need to get a movie. Now, this is not exactly correct. So we want to do request.movies. Okay, note that this is totally by ID. Movies by ID. Okay, great. And here we need to specify ID in this way. Okay, so now we have the movie. Okay, let's log the movie and see how this goes. Movie. Okay, let's see if this is correct. Okay, I can go back in my open system, and I can. This is all the things. Okay, and you see opening ID. I can test this out. Okay, and put 1 and see how it goes. Ooh. It's movie, not movies. It's movie. Yep. Okay, save. Go back here, run again. Okay, this is good. We get the movie and we get Star Wars as a title. So if I put 2, it's everything is working correctly. Yep. Great. Okay, you can see in the system we're just eating our coal, doing our things. Okay. Seems pretty nice. Now, what we want to do, we want to call the AI system. So what we can do is So if not movie, okay, yeah, movie not found. Okay, great. So if now I need const response, no AI prompt. Okay, and here you see we can specify the prompt. Okay, nah, not the short opening. We want a much better, nicer text. So I'm going to use a long way of saying they are very simple things. This is typical call about prompt engineers, right? So what we do, we add a bunch of text that makes no sense to convince the AI to do our bidding. So, and here movie.title. Okay. So basically we tell it that we want it between brackets, and the reason why, because we want to extract it and use a little bit of regular expression. So const opening. Okay, so we need ooh, nice. Okay, not choices though. Okay, we want it to be, I don't remember what's the response, so I'm actually going to comment this out and see if this is correct. Okay, so I'm going to return it. Let's run it again, and yeah, look at it. This is the line. Okay, nice. So it says response.response. So I can just do here, come back in the code, add my response. Then I can just say, okay, I want to, okay. And yep, exactly. Okay. Let's do it. And it's working. Wow. But as you can see here, we can ask for this, and we can ask for Star Wars. Let's ask for Star Wars. Yay! Again, we've built a very simple AI app in, I don't know, very little time or close to no time. Okay. And this is an endpoint with, I don't know, few lines of code and so on. And we can decide this is running locally. This is running on my machine, not going outside. It can run on the cloud if you against a cloud service. You can deploy it to one of those services that allow you to rent a machine, and might be a good one if you want to optimize your cost, or not. Okay, so you might want to keep calling OpenAI. Depends on, or Mistral or whatever you want to do. So okay, so this is pretty cool. You can build more stuff with this. I just wanted to say how you were doing, if you were able to follow, or you want to watch the recording, go step by step, and so on and so forth. Yeah, to recap, so a few more things what we can show. I want to show you from Meraki. We can track the metric of our system. Note that, whoa, look at how big the memory consumption has grown, okay? And this is actually using quite a little bit of stuff on my system. And this is the latency, entry point latency here. Okay. Now, note that the event loop utilization is low, so I wouldn't care at all about this CPU usage, to be honest. And look at how high this is. Okay, the spike. These are the spikes for the latency. So when I was doing my API calls, let's run it again. Okay. So here, let's run the opening one. Okay, so we want it for 1. I'm running it again, and you can see now that I got another spike here on the event loop entry point latency. So we got, woo, big spike and also the event loop was like blocked for, I don't know, like for 20% or something. Spiked when doing this, which, to be honest, is not that bad. Okay, is actually pretty solid. Okay, what I would recommend doing though is here do some sort of memoization and storing those somewhere. Okay, because why not? Cool, right? So, and here we can see the logs. Okay, what was happening? Yeah, this is what the error that I wrote. Okay, here you see, this is actually interesting because you see that the message of the composer, so get opening 1, and the composer start fetching from the remote server, which is opening one. Opening one start calling get movies one to get the data, then do the prompt to OpenAI, and then you get the response, okay, and so on and so forth. Pretty cool. Do you like it? Great. So one question that was on the chat: is it possible to mix Node service with Python ones? Not from this UI. Okay, you can't from this UI. This UI is only support Node at the minute. Who knows? Maybe in the future you can mix them in the sense that if you open if you expose an open API definition, you can easily create a client for it and reuse it and connect to a Platformatic based application. So to recap, we can add new services, okay, here, and we can easily add new services from Meraki, and you can just edit the app and click on the add a service, select what you want to add, and once you've repeated this enough, you can get a bunch of services in your system that you can then use to build things. The changes that we have done is, the first one is we have edited the composer, and the composer had as two values that we want to compose. So this is pretty cool. And we just needed to zap two routes because they will conflict and the composer will not be able to match them. So, and these example route for both the composer and movies will not be there. Then do a final edit on Platformatic.json and add the composer for this. Now the AI service is completely encapsulated and removed from the ecosystem and not exposed. So nobody can talk to the AI service minus local application. This makes it very, very safe. And we have created the clients, okay, inside services openings. And then we can just create our app. Very easy, okay, or easy enough anyway. And it's not. It was very easy to add a component. Two more things. I have more stuff to show you on this topic, but two more things. One is we can easily add authentication in AI Warp, so we can add a JWT token, and we could implement even rate limiting based on the claims inside JWT token. Now this is very useful. So let me show briefly how this is. Yeah, AI Warp. Okay, it's done. Okay, here, this is the repo. Okay, and we can see, where is it? No, it's test. Rate limiting. Okay. Now you can see that we have, well, this is our configuration, and so yeah, here we can specify the rate limiting and specify what the max, and so on and so forth. It's actually, we can also specify them using plugin functions, so which I think is pretty neat. And here it's max by claim, so you specify it with the max, the claim that you want, and with if there is a value, you get a certain value. And then you need to create when you create a JWT token with that value, you get that level of rate limiting, okay? And the rate limiting gets set as part of your headers response, which is super neat. And now this is out of the box, okay? You just need to configure the authentication system and so on, which will probably take an hour to get a good solution. I'm probably working on a stackable to get it done in 5 minutes. So I will probably get it done sooner rather than later, and then we can have very fancy demos with all done in 5 minutes. But it's some more work to do. And so here, what we can do, we can add a few more things. So a solution here can be to, cache this data. So if we don't want to ask the Oracle things all the time. So we might want to cache the data. So now this is a Platformatic a platformatic service. Okay, so we cannot store anything, but we could potentially add it as create another platformatic DB and store the data there. Okay, so or do it for all the movies. So let's first do it for all the movies. Okay, so here this is nice. Given a title gives me the opening. Okay, so I'm going to async function get opening. I'm going to get the AI and the movie. Okay, and here we do const opening get opening movie. Okay, let's see if this still works. Opening, and it still works. Okay, great. And I just want to remove this because I don't like it. Okay, so now what we could do is get the opening for all the movies. Okay, so we can do get movies. Now this will be slow. Okay. Yep. Movies. Let's see if this works. So we have saved, created this endpoint. So if I go back here, I need to refresh this out because back to overview. This has changed and that does not auto reload. So we have our here, and let's try this out. Here we go. Okay, and we have created a system that literally interact with the Oracle all the time, which, pretty good, I would have to say. Okay. Like, frankly, considering what you've done so far, this is super solid. Okay. Now, the biggest problem is this n plus one problem. You have you have an n plus one problem because you get all the movies here and then you iterate over them and perform an async operation on them. Okay. Now, I don't know what happens if we parallelize it, so it might just explode. So I would probably not tend to do it, but we could. Okay, so let's try to see if we parallelize it, what happens. Okay, so await, promise all. Yeah, map. Okay, and yeah. Okay. Let's see. And yeah, we have shaved like just some time, but not much. Okay. Why? Because the GPU is one essentially, and we cannot parallelize that much. Okay. So to be honest, if this endpoint is going to beat a lot, we probably are a little bit in trouble. Okay. So a simpler solution here could be, and I'm cheating, but then we can doing it in a better way. So we have create a map, okay? If map as movie ID return, and here, okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so if we don't, we get from the map, so we get it from the cache. Now, if we run this again, okay, this will take the exact same time. But if now I run it, now it's super fast. Okay, why? Because I'm eating the cache. So I can add a new movie, and but I read the data from my in-process cache, which, frankly, not probably not good enough. Okay. So other ways in which we can solve this, okay, which, to be honest, we can discuss. Are first of all, we can store it in a table. Okay, we could create another service to store this data in a table, which might not be bad. Okay, or we could, whenever a new movie is stored, we could automatically augment the data, asking the Oracle, putting the data in our database, and then it's super fast to read, which is what I want to try doing. Okay. So we leave this service as it is there, okay, for now. And we can go in our movies service, okay? In our movies service, we can just add a new migration. And here, add a SQLite, add a opening column to the movies SQL table in SQLite. Let's see if it likes this. Yay. Okay. Good. Okay. So I think this was applied. Okay. Now inside movies, we could cd movies. Okay. Client PLT. Okay. We create the same AI client. Okay. Here we have the client. Okay. And what we can do is we can add a hook. So, and add opening dot JS. Okay, so in order to add an opening, so first of all, we'll probably need this guy and AI. And then here we need this. Okay, now, oh, and we are missing global too. Okay, so here we can do fastify, add hook, not a hook, platformatic. Oh, bad time. Okay, and sorry. Okay, so platformatic, add entity. I don't know, something changed in my autocomplete. And I don't know why sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. Hooks. Okay. And here, entity name, we need to specify a movie. Okay. And then here we want to specify, and yeah, you can see the types here were added by these things. So here you go. You can see that there is all the typings. Okay, and save. Okay, and this is original. Okay, and then we have the option. Okay, and which is an input. Okay, input. Okay, which is our movie. So when we save this, okay, if input dot opening, if we don't have it. Oh, and we also have, interesting. Okay, let's call it CTX, console log CTX. Okay, let's cancel this out. Okay, return original. CTX. And oh wait, sorry, might be original. Yeah, options. Okay, and here we go. I found a bug in our typings, very likely. So we have done this. Now we could go inside here and go in create movies. Test response. Here, let me add Harry Potter 2. Okay, here we go. And opening is null. We have run the things. Okay. And oh, console log is not going to work actually. So we need to do fastify .log.info options. Yay. So I'm running this again. Oh, what is happening on my mouse? Okay. We click send. Back to overview. Okay, now you can see logs. Okay, and we can see movies. Here we go. You see that we have reply and we have request. Cool. So what we can do, okay. What is it? Okay, so here we can go and fetch get in our opening microservice. I can copy this thing, go inside movies and go inside plugins, pass this function here. Then if it does not have an opening, okay, we can input dot opening, yay, input dot title. And here, input, options input. Okay, so we have make this change. So let's see. Can remove this out. Okay, let's see and let's try it. If we have done it, so we can create our movie, another movie. Any fancy movie we want to create? Ha. Ha, but I can't because I need to create another migration. Because this is, well, maybe not. Okay, let's put in, let's put Terminator, okay, in here. Let's try, yep, oh, map is not defined. Yep, big problem. Okay, add opening, map is not defined. We don't have a map. Yep. Let's try again. And, ooh. It's not fastify.ai. Sorry, it's options. And, ooh. Dot reply dot request. Let's see if this is true. No. Of undefined. So .ctx dot reply dot request. Here we go. And now it's running. And, ooh, Terminator null. Interesting. And let's see. Where did I put the bug? Because, okay, it's get, want to move, get movies. Okay, let's run get movies. Here we go. Yeah, it's all null everywhere. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, so options.ctx.reply dot log movie input augmenting movie and augmented movie. let's see on one before and after. Okay, if we can crack it. Now we go in here and we do, call it Terminator 2. Oh. CTX. Try this. Oh, it's not a function. Of course, it's not a function. Info. Okay, and look like it took the time it needed. Let's see if the logging says something. Augmenting movie. Oh, it was empty. Interesting. AI movie. Oh, of course, because it's empty. I need to put input. Huh. Okay. Super bad. Bad me. Yeah, something like that. Yep. So let's add another good movie. Okay. So let's put Captain America. If you like Marvel. Let's see if you like Marvel. Here we go. Yes. Look at it. And now it's stored there. Like every single time that you save a movie, you get this. It gets augmented. Ha! If it's there, super fast. Okay, so you can even do this kind of very easy data augmentation on top of Platformatic DB. And combining these things are actually quite powerful. So you can build very big applications, very complex apps very, very, very quickly. Okay, I don't know. Is there? I think I showed you what I wanted to show you in this session. Have you got any questions at all? Oh, sure, Mike. Here you come. Come in. Here you go. Hi, Mike. Hello. Oh, Mike is gone. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's try again. I can't hear Mike. Do you hear Mike, folks? Yes, you can hear you, Mike. Yes, I can't hear Mike. So amazing. So let's see why I can't hear Mike. This is fun. I have no idea. So if audio, audio. No idea how to. Wherever Discord is gone. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, folks. I need to. Can hear this. I can't hear Mike. So funny enough. Yeah, everybody can hear Mike, but I can't hear Mike. Let me see. Where is this control of this? Oh, sorry. Found out the problem. Okay, try again. I can. Yes, I can. It was my fault, and for whatever reason, my Discord picked up very horribly my monitor, which has the volume turned off. So sorry about this. Sure. Yes. Okay. The biggest reason it's open telemetry. So you want to be able to track down the flow of requests from one service to another. And there are essentially two ways in which we can do it. One is by providing, and so, sorry, there is one way in which you can do it, which is adding a bunch of HTTP headers on the requests that are crossing the border. Now, uh, traditional, most agents allows you to add those automatically, okay? Which is both good and bad because it has a significant performance overhead on your system. Like, we are talking about 15 to 30% just to exist. Depending on the app, it can even be more. Like, it can go up to 50, 60%, depending on the app and the tool that you're using. Like, some of them are pretty ugly. Like, what I'm saying is, if you use some of one, at least a couple of them, you need to double the number of servers you are thinking of using. Okay, so it's significant, right? So we wanted to provide a easier way, and that's it. I think those there is probably an option in which this can be turned off, and you can get them at the top. But if you just want to use them as globals, you could. Okay, that's the like we have another client, another type of client that you can use. So let's go and grab the let's see, let's go and grab our documentation here. Okay, so let's go. So here you can do plt client, you can pass this slash json dash dash name example. Oh, sorry. Front end. What? Made some. Okay. Let's do npx Platformatic at latest. Okay, let's do this. Yep. My local copy has become botched for whatever reason for what I was trying to do before. Not sure what, but I botched it. So if you want a global client, you can use this thing instead. Yeah, this is just, this works for everything. Like, this works, what I'm trying to generate you now, this even works on, if you use it on in Vue or Next or whatever. Like, this is completely independent from Platformatic. Yes, yes. Okay, so we go inside example. Okay, here you see that it was all completely generated. So we have, and now we can do try me .mjs. So we could import from example example.mjs, and here we've got set base URL, set base URL, and then get opening, and you know, we can try that. Okay, now here we need to set the base URL of our thing, and this is localhost 3042, independently of you have the composer or not. Okay, and then we can const opening and console log opening. Okay, and let's run this. And yay, there are a lot of movies now, so it's lagging. Way too many movies. Yeah, I don't know when this is going to complete, considering all things running. Yeah, you see. Okay, great. And yeah, we have the body. Oh yeah, of course. So anyway, this is what it is. Okay, this I should have done body. Anyway, this is the gist. Okay, so get opening. What was the other one? Get opening ID. Okay, so we can do ID and two. Sorry, one, and probably better. Yeah, because I haven't specified any stuff, but yeah, this is nice. Okay, so the part of the problem is that I've not told what the response was, so for it is just the standard thing. But let's do it with instead of this, let's do get movies, get movies. Okay, so here we do await. Okay. What did I do? Oh yeah, sorry. Error. This requires an object. And now you see this is fast. Okay. So, and I can use it for my apps and stuff. It's very straightforward to create, generate, and so on and so forth. And it has all the types. So movies 0 dot. You see, I have all the types and the stuff that I can get. Hopefully makes sense. Okay. No worries. I think we are good. Thank you very much for watching and for staying with me for this almost hour and a half. Check this out, and thank you very much for watching. And see you. I think we're doing the next one on July 10. Okay, so see you on July 10. Okay, folks. And I don't know the topic yet, but the details are coming soon. Well, I know the topic actually. It's pretty good. Okay. But we're going to go to do something very cool there. Okay, bye bye, folks.